This is France, world's 7th largest economy, which has historically stood as a great superpower, with its geography playing a crucial role in shaping its dominance. If I ask you which countries France shares its borders with, you'd likely say Belgium, Luxembourg, Germany, Switzerland, Italy, Spain, and Andorra. Now let me ask you this, which country shares the longest border with France? You might assume it's Spain or Belgium, but surprisingly France's longest border is actually with Brazil, way across the Atlantic Ocean. The reason behind this is that what you see on the map is mainland France, but France's total territory extends far beyond that. It includes islands in the Pacific, dense forests in South America, stretches of coastline in Canada, and small islands in the Indian Ocean, all of which are part of France. And that's not all. These 14 African countries also remain indirectly under France's influence, as their resources, language, and financial systems are closely tied to France. Even their currency is pegged to the euro, keeping them economically linked to their former colonial ruler. A few hundred years ago, France looked very different. At its peak, the French Empire controlled 10% of the world's land area, stretching from Africa to Southeast Asia. Historically, France was the most populous country in Europe. Until the 17th century, 1 in every 5 Europeans was French. However, wars and the French Revolution claimed around 2 million lives, and World War I further devastated the population, with 1.3 million French casualties. This led to a significant decline in France's population. To address this issue, during the 1960s and 70s, France forcibly kidnapped thousands of children from its overseas territories and brought them to mainland France in an effort to replenish its shrinking population. We'll dive deeper into the French Empire in a separate video, but today, let's explore how France's geography shaped its wealth, power, and development. Before we dive deeper into the video, I have a small request. If you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing to my channel. I put in a lot of effort to create these videos, but many of them don't get the reach they deserve. Your support would mean the world to me. Positioned between the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea, France is the only European country with direct access to both the North Sea and the Mediterranean Sea. We'll discuss this in more detail later, but first let's take a look at the countries that border mainland France. If we highlight the GDP per capita of France's neighbouring countries on this map, you'll see the immense wealth surrounding France. And when you're surrounded by so much wealth, it's bound to have an impact on you too. Now let's dive into the core geography of France. If we zoom in on the southern region, we find the Pyrenees mountain range, forming a natural border between France and Spain. Thanks to the Pyrenees mountain range, France has always enjoyed natural protection on its southern border. In the 8th century, when Muslim forces conquered Spain, their next goal was to push into France and further into Europe. However, crossing these mountains was an immense challenge. While they managed to pass through some flat terrain and advance into France, the rugged Pyrenees proved to be a major obstacle, preventing them from fully conquering the region. Of course, other factors played a role, but geography was a key element in France's defence. Similarly, on France's southeastern border with Italy lies the Alps, the highest mountain range in Europe, stretching across 8 countries. These towering mountains provide natural protection to nearly half of France's eastern border. The remaining eastern side is further secured by the Rhine River, which serves as a natural divide between France and Germany. This leaves only the northern region, which is entirely flat, and historically, this has been the main entry point for German invasions into France. Once in 1870 during the Franco-Prussian War, then in 1914 at the start of World War I, and lastly in 1939 during World War II. Aside from this vulnerable northern border, France is naturally protected on almost all sides. Now, if we shift our focus to the northwestern region, this area holds major economic importance for France. First, all trade from northern Europe flows through this region via the English Channel, entering the Celtic Sea, then crossing the Bay of Biscay to reach the Strait of Gibraltar. From there, it continues through the Suez Canal toward the Middle East and the rest of Asia. The English Channel is the busiest maritime junction in the world, and France sits directly above this crucial trade route. Similarly, France is the only European country with direct access to both the North Sea and the Mediterranean Sea. This makes France the shortest and most efficient trade route for landlocked nations like Germany, Switzerland, Belgium, and the Netherlands when exporting goods to Asia and the Middle East. Another major advantage of France's access to the Mediterranean is its ability to easily transport goods to 3 key regions. First, through the Strait of Gibraltar toward the Americas. Secondly, to Black Sea nations, facilitating trade with Eastern Europe. And lastly, through the Suez Canal, connecting to Asian and Middle Eastern markets. An even greater advantage is France's ability to seamlessly transport goods from Asia and the Middle East through its Saint-Louis port, using the Rhone River to distribute them across France France and other European countries. Furthermore, France's entire western coastline is bordered by the Atlantic Ocean, providing direct access to both North and South America. Now, coming back to the English Channel, Britain, the world's sixth largest economy, lies just off France's western coast. To strengthen trade, these two countries have constructed a tunnel connecting Folkestone in the UK to Calais in northern France, with a high-speed rail network extending to Paris. Additionally, a railway line from Belgium integrates into this network, effectively linking Central Europe to France and extending all the way to Britain. France's final major geographical advantage is its vast river network. These rivers are interconnected with the country's major cities, ensuring a steady water supply and creating highly fertile land. This fertility has made France the third largest agricultural exporter in Europe. Similarly, France also has the second largest agricultural land in Europe, surpassed only by Ukraine. Beyond agriculture, these rivers also play a crucial role in energy production, making hydroelectric power the country's second largest energy source. All these factors together make France's geography exceptionally strategic. Even beyond its mainland, France maintains a strong military presence on its islands in the Indian Ocean. This presence not only safeguards French trade routes, but also enables close monitoring of geopolitical developments in both the Middle East and Southeast Asia. So these were some amazing facts about France's geography. If you like map-animated, geography-related videos, you will find a link to a playlist at the end of this video, which will be featuring videos about the geography of USA, Turkey, Spain, and many other countries. You can find all these videos there. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and keep suggesting topics in the comments section. See you in the next video with another interesting topic. Take care.